EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike, 40.
On first down, Allen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On second down, it's Harris. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Throwing is Allen on third. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken in at the roll. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Check. Crunch. 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 Take 4. Take 4. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight hand. Check 9. Check 9.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
When you enter the game as the AFC Player of the Week award winner, you expect runs like that and then some.
It was fun to watch him in the opener last week in Week 1. He was spectacular, and hoping for more here in Week 2. They'll try the left side. McFarland, he'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Now it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 30.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Right back to him on first down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the Bills' 8-yard line. We own them. We own them.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw, it's Allen. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
48
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen, and he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Allen going to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. First trip to the red zone for the Bills. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They run with Harris, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle, keep coming after them, put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On third down, McFarland. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Allen. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Throwing left side, it's complete. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 98 yards. And the Bills have retaken the lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. The big fella. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's our time. Hey, look,
To the air, Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
91 is the mark. Run. Check 43. Check 31. Check. Regular.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive?
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91.
Here's Allen to throw it. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 15 yards that time. And a Buffalo first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
90. Check 91. 91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 91 is... Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Go.
Allen now on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On 1st down, McFarland. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Flush to his right. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Ravens. 57 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bills' 8-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Bring it.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Ready? 51's the Mike. Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play here for Buffalo. 55 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Check 91. 91 is the Mike.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Watch it. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Get there.
3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
4th down, here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Now Harris. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That one 28 yards on the ground.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey. Got 3 down.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Hey, Charlie.
Allen now to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Anthony Averett picks it. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Let's go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Sound. Hey, Wood.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, he's going to float this one deep rights, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. A gain there of 21 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Yo.
Here's Allen. He's going to let it fly. This is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills cut into that lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will get him one closer.
Bills 22.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. He finds an opening past the 40. 31 yards there and a first down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the offense will get the ball back and be touchdown. And with that, this game is over.